Just a few short months ago, we welcomed in a new year with family and friends. Never would we have imagined as we celebrated 2020 that our world would soon be turned upside down and inside out. Our first inkling came on the 29th of January when the World Health Organization declared coronavirus as a global emergency. The reason being a concern that it could spread to countries with weaker health systems. As we watched in horror, COVID-19 raced across the globe, resulting in WHO raising the level to a global pandemic on the 12th of March. Since then, our new norm is very different to that we envisaged when we celebrated our New Year's Eve goals. Scenarios we would never have dreamed of have now become everyday reality. Lockdown, practicing social distancing, and staying within your bubble are now daily occurrences. What is happening globally affects each and every one of us, and this series of recordings has been created to help you gain a better understanding of your immune system. My name is Lee Mace, and as my role as your International Learning and Development Manager, I normally travel to your countries to support your growth. The following information has been gained from our research library and from medical websites. So what I have done is assemble it, and I hope in a format that will better be understood by you. So whilst I can no longer travel to you personally, I can reach out to you digitally. These 20-minute messages are ones that I would encourage you to share with your family, friends, and work colleagues, because together we can fight this. Over the next 5 recordings, we will explore how best to keep your body at optimal health. I'll introduce you to your biggest weapon against germs, your incredible immune system. We'll investigate colostrum and together create a wellness program for you and your family. In the business webinars, I'll be introducing you to the power of storytelling and how to build a strong, sustainable business in this new world that we're all experiencing. To allow you to see each slide more clearly and take note of the keywords to be the first to answer the Q&A session, I'm going to remove myself from the screen. Watch out for the pop-ups, and we'll talk again at the end. As I speak to you now, we continue to reach sad milestones. I know that when you look at these stats, a lot of you will be asking why and how did this happen. The world is full of fake news. Please read only reputable websites, and hopefully the next few slides will give a better explanation for you to understand more fully. The only thing that stands between you and something as simple as a cold or more serious as a viral infection is a strong immune system. You know that if you have children going to school or if you work in an environment where there are a lot of people around you, should someone come up with a cold, within a couple of days, half of you have gone down with it and the other half haven't. Why is that? Well, the answer is not the virus itself, but the strength of the immune system. Quite simply, those that didn't get the cold had better resistance. Your immune system incorporates your body's total response to illness, and yet we take for granted this incredible battlefield. As we move towards the 21st century, infectious diseases will continue to shock us. The emergence of the superbug, SARS, MERS, and now COVID-19. Due to our busy modern-day lifestyles, our immune systems are vastly underpowered to fight. And with overprescribed antibiotics, bacteria are rapidly becoming resistant to every antibiotic known. Did you know that prior to the advent of antibiotics, colostrum was used to boost defense against immune diseases? In fact, in 1955, the first oral vaccine for polio was developed by Dr. Albert Sabine from antibodies found in bovine colostrum. Now, don't get me wrong, there is still a need for antibiotics. However, they do have huge implications on gut health. When taking antibiotics, they essentially kill both the good and the bad bacteria. Research from gut health specialist Dr. Natasha Campbell-McBride has shown that it can take up to 4 years to restore and rebuild the gut health following a course of antibiotics. Now that is a long time to have a weakened immune response. If you do need antibiotics, ensure you drink New Image AlphaLipid LifeLine. It's packed full of warriors to help fight, calcium for strong teeth and bones, vitamins and minerals to get you through the day, and essential probiotics for optimal gut health. Let's look more closely at COVID-19. The coronavirus is a big family of pathogens that are actually quite common. They are the source of many of the common colds that people get and recover from every day. They can also be something more serious like SARS or MERS. A coronavirus gets its name from how it looks. Under an electron microscope, the pathogens exhibit spikes that resemble the angles of a crown. Depending on the type of spike, it allows that virus to attach to certain places. So some viruses attach to your nose and you get a cold. The SARS and COVID virus has a spike that allows the virus to attach to the cells in your lung. There they duplicate, and that's when people have shortness of breath, difficulty in breathing, and sadly end up in hospital. Like the flu, COVID-19 can be transmitted from person to person. The scientific evidence confirms that COVID-19 is spread by droplets. This means that when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or perhaps even talks, they may generate droplets containing the virus. These droplets are too large to stay in the air for long, so they quickly settle on surrounding surfaces. That's why it's really important to practice good hygiene. Regularly wash and thoroughly dry your hands. 20 seconds is the recommended time, so sing your favorite song, but don't forget you're washing on the inside, on the outside, and between the fingers. And drying is so important. Practice good cough and sneeze etiquette, no longer into your hand, but into your elbow. And lastly, social distancing. This is the name given to this important aspect of removing yourself from any pathogens floating in the air by maintaining a 2-meter gap between you and others. When bacteria, virus, fungi attack your body, they run into the most unbelievable, lethal, killing force ever created, your immune system. If a disease-producing agent overpowers or outsmarts your body's defense mechanism, infection will occur. This is what is happening with coronavirus. While the death rate is predominantly high amongst the elderly and those with pre-existing medical conditions, where their immune system is already weakened and slow to fight aggressive viruses, everyone is at risk and must practice those good health measures I just mentioned. Social distancing, washing your hands, and good cough and sneeze etiquette. So what is this lethal force, your immune system? It incorporates your body's total response to illness, constantly searching your body for invaders and destroying them. Made up of special organs, cells, and chemicals that fight infection, the main parts of the immune system are white blood cells, antibodies, the complement system, the lymphatic system, the spleen, the thymus, and the bone marrow. These are the parts of your immune system that actively fight infection. Your first line of defense is your skin. It blocks everything from entering unless you break the surface. Your second line is your mucosal lining along the epithelial level. This is sticky, so germs will stick to it. However, if they manage to get through these two barriers, your immune system brings out the big guns. Optimizing and maintaining a healthy gut flora is critical to good digestion, immune system function, mental health, metabolism, and weight management. Every disease eventually becomes a disease that reflects the defeat of the immune system. Your recovery from contagious and deadly diseases will depend on the strength of your immune system. Currently, there is no vaccine, and as mentioned, antibiotics are ineffective against virus. 3 steps to optimize your protection. I'm sure you know it by now. Wash hands, practice social distancing, plus support your immune system with colostrum. This video sums up beautifully all that I have covered.
The new image philosophy from day one has been to focus on the cause of disease and infection and not the symptoms. The immune system is daily waging war on micro-barbarian invaders. It's highly effective with an amazing memory of the enemy and an arsenal of weapons that would exceed the combined might of the US military. However, COVID-19 is the familiar coronavirus in disguise. A dysfunctional immune system can take 4 days to recognize the invader before launching an attack. A highly tuned, battle-ready immune army is immediately prepared to attack before the invader has established numbers to be a threat. Colostrum has been proven to provide oral vaccination, that is, simply awakening the immune system to be constantly on red alert. COVID-19 can easily be overpowered while numbers are low, but can become a serious threat to life when trillions invade cells, particularly in the lungs. 2 Immufort tablets daily heighten the sensitivity status of the immune system, update the battle plan, and reinforce the defending army. Nutritional insurance creates an impenetrable immune system.
I hope that video left you a little in awe of this amazing body that we walk around in. In the next session, Meet the Warriors, I explain in more detail just how your immune system works and provide you with the answers to these recap questions. So let's see if you were paying attention. Number 1, only antibodies destroy viruses. True or false? Number 2, name the 3 steps to optimizing your protection. Now this should be really easy for you. I repeated it 2 or 3 times throughout this session. And number 3, New Zealand-based new image manufactures bovine colostrum, packed full of antibodies that help fight disease-causing agents such as bacteria and viruses. True or false? This is number 1 in a series of 5 that we're doing for you of When Your Family Health Matters. I hope you enjoyed it. Until we meet again, stay well, stay strong, kia kaha everyone.